Hi, Sixes. I hope you've had a good week so far. This is your life path tarot reading for those with a life path number of 6, obviously. And if you don't know how to get your life path number, there is a link in the description to a video that where I tell you the best way to do it. So go check that out, and while you're down there, you can check out some of those other fun links. So those with a life path number of 6 tend to be nurturing and responsible people. Sixes have a strong connection to their family and homes. They tend to be community-oriented, compassionate, and interested in people-pleasing. Sixes are providers and feel most comfortable when taking care of others through acts of service. Sixes value their friends and family. They must be careful not to neglect their own needs in favor of others. Sixes love to help others and provide support. They may become meddlesome if they try too hard to help, and may even become enablers. At their core, Sixes are humanitarians, whose concerns lie in the welfare of their fellow human beings. Sixes are domestic types, and their magnetic nature draws suitors who are searching for stability. People love getting to know Sixes and watching them in action. Sixes must be clear on what they want out of life, otherwise they risk taking on undue stress from unwanted responsibilities. Okay, so that's just a little bit about the 6 life path number. Now I'm going to roll this 10-sided die, and we're going to see what your overall message is. This is, of course, a general reading, but I feel this is the overall energy for most people with a life path number of 6, okay, for this period of time. So what is the overall message for those with a life path number of 6 for this period of time? You have a 6. Look at that. Okay. This 6 has impressive problem-solving skills. You must call on your skills now and help others to find their solutions. Okay, 6, so you're kind of in your element today. You're feeling, you can solve problems, you can deal with what comes at you, and not only that, but you can also help others deal with their problems. So that's what that 6 is, and you are in alignment with your number for this period, okay? So for those who are here, those 6s who are here to receive this message, what is their direct message for this 2 to 3 week period? What is the direct message for the 6s who are here to receive it? Please and thank you. From their higher self to mine, I am asking those who guide us, our spiritual guides, deity, the divine, and our higher selves, what is the direct message for those 6s who are here to see and receive it? Please and thank you. You have conscious connections. Okay, so this is a message to be careful and be aware of the connections in your life, how people in your life respond to you, how they treat you, how they make you feel whenever you're around them. Just be very conscious, very aware and awake when you are interacting with other people for this next 2 to 3 week period. Okay, so let's see what this is trying to tell us. Please clarify conscious connections for the 6s here today. Please clarify what kind of connections or what kind of things that they need to be aware of. What is it speaking to? For the 6s who are here today, please and thank you. Okay, so 2 actually came out. We have the 4 of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune here. And so with the 4 of Pentacles, I think it's telling you either to beware of someone who's very selfish and who's using your problem-solving skills and your smarts and your abilities to profit, or to, who's just using your brain and not really giving back in return. This also is a message for you to be a little bit more tight-handed with your skills, with your knowledge and your abundance, because someone might be trying to take advantage of you. Okay, so we have the Wheel of Fortune here, which is often a reminder that things may change. I think here, though, it's a symbol of luck. of financial, or not, I shouldn't say financial because that's too specific, of abundance here. Like, there's something, you either have a lot of knowledge. Again, we have like this message that you are very capable of problem solving and that you need to use those skills to help others, okay? And then we got conscious connections, meaning you will be working with someone else. And then I feel like you have to be careful of someone coming in and taking advantage of your problem solving skills, of the skills that you're offering. But then we have Wheel of Fortune, which tells me that the skills you're offering are very valuable to this someone. So if you were to hold them a little bit closer and be a little bit more aware of who you're giving those skills to, who you're helping, and who you're not helping, if you were a little bit more aware, you're gonna find that I think you're just gonna be happier. You're gonna benefit from helping the right people and from pulling away from the wrong people. Okay, so let's see what your soul is trying to tell you. What's going on in the soul of this 6? What is the 6's soul trying to express or trying to get across to them in this 2 to 3 week period? What is the soul of the 6 trying to express, trying to tell us? Please and thank you. What is their soul message? You have the Empress. Or is that the Emperor? Or it's neither, and it's the High Priestess. And with the High Priestess, I think the message is to kind of trust yourself. I think your soul knows what needs to be done, knows the right choices to make. With the Wheel of Fortune, we also have this kind of message that things are going to go up and down. They're going to go however. They may go well or not well. Your duty there is to stay centered and to, again, like, know within yourself what is the right path, who deserves your time, when to pull back and when to give. And I think your soul is basically just saying, you know this, you know that there's balance, you know that that even if there's something you're not necessarily sure of or clear on, it's going to come to you, the answers are going to come to you, and there's nothing, like, you don't need to struggle. You don't need to struggle to decide when to pull back. Like, you just kind of have this very inner knowing, like your intuition is kind of spot on right now for some of you 6s out there. All right, so let's see what your heart message is for this period of time. What is the heart message? What are the thoughts and feelings going on for the 6s out there? What is their heart and mind telling them? Oh, so we got this King of Swords, which jumped out here, and I'm still going to pull a card because that is a jumper. So what is the heart and mind message for the 6s for this period? Please and thank you. Whew, something is getting hot, you guys. I'm starting to get really warm. And I feel like when that happens, it's like someone is screaming. Like, so we have the Chariot. Your heart and mind is ready to go somewhere, and because we have this King of Swords, you're really very strongly thinking about this new course or this new path. Whether it's like you're trying to move away from someone, or whether like someone who's been taking advantage of you. You like. Look at this. She's like basically writing a strongly worded letter. You have a lot to say. You have a lot you have a lot going on in your mind, and your will is very strong. You're kind of standing in your will, and it's just like, okay, how do I make this happen? How do I start that new work? How do I fix? So yeah, you're just really in your zone again with problem solving, with fixing things, with figuring things out, with understanding how to take a path, and then actually embarking on that path, whether or not everyone wants to go with you. That doesn't matter to you. You're like, hey, I know, again, intuitively, you know deep down that there are certain steps to take in this situation, and whether or not the people you're trying to help accept that, I think might affect it, but in your mind, nothing's gonna stop you. Okay, so let's see what's going on in your physical mundane life. This could do with your relationships. This could also be with finances, with your career, with your home life, with your health, anything that's going on the physical, earthly, mundane level. For the sixes, what message do we have for those sixes on the physical, earthly, or mundane level? For those sixes who are here to receive it, what should we know? What should they know for their physical message? Please and thank you for physical energy. You have the Eight of Wands, okay? And then right after that is the Fool. So I feel like you're not really changing much. Not a lot of stuff is like, this isn't, I don't feel like this is something that's huge in your life. This is just like a moment for you, and you're gonna keep moving forward and keep working towards whatever goals it is that you have, until you're ready to make that change, until you're ready to take that full leap of faith. You're just going to keep staying the course here. And with the Eight of Wands, the message generally is not to rock the boat, like stick to the course. You don't have to follow anyone else's lead. You don't have to give more than you've been giving. Like, you don't have to really knock anything out of place or change your routine. You're fine. I think you're in a fine place physically. I think the steps you're taking, the knowledge you have to solve these problems, to get through this, I don't think that is going to take you off course too much. Again, I do feel like there's some intuition at play here, like you know what's right. And I do feel with this High Priestess too that you are going to be maybe spending a lot of time in contemplation. Again, we got this King of Swords, so yeah, either it's you're trying to figure out the best way to communicate with someone, or you've just been thinking about how to solve these problems and where to go and what your next step is going to be, and you've just been spending a lot of time contemplating and maybe even holding on too tight to these ideas and not necessarily sharing them with people just yet. But if you do share these ideas, I think it's going to solve some problems for some other people outside of yourself. Okay, so let's see. Just don't change too much. Let's see what your closing remarks are for those sixes who are here to receive these messages. What can we tell them? What are their last messages or their last remarks? Maybe tell us a little bit more about what it is they know intuitively and what it is that they've been trying to solve. Like, what is the problem? Tell us some more about this reading for these life path number 6 people out here. Please and thank you. I am asking their higher selves. I am asking mine. I am asking our spiritual guides and the divine. Please and thank you. So 2 cards leap out, the King of Cups and the Six of Swords, and then I'm going to pull a couple more. You have the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Page of Swords, you have the Four of Swords, and you have the Two of Pentacles. And I'm not feeling that any more need to be pulled. Okay, so the Ace of Pentacles is a big yes. Whatever this problem is, whatever decision you've been considering, you're on the right track, you're making the right choice. There is the suggestion to be careful of people who want to take advantage. Again, like we said earlier, there's a suggestion of being careful of people who want to take advantage of your wisdom, of your abundance, of the things that are there for you. You may need to find a way to communicate with them that you are no longer able to help solve their problem because you're ready to kind of relax. And there may even be a little bit of jealousy because you make it look easy solving these problems, fixing these situations, you make it look pretty easy, and that's why they want to come and kind of borrow your brain essentially. But you know what? You have to realize that you can't solve everybody's problem. Again, like I said, you need to pick and choose, and internally you do know the best way. Even though part of you wants to solve everyone's problems, you can't do that. And part of you is just ready to kind of relax, kind of rest, kind of say, okay, listen, this is not my problem. There may be a problem you're trying to fix. It's not your problem. It's not meant for you to fix. You want to, you have the ability to, but it's possible the person you're trying to help isn't ready to receive it. Okay, so you have to make that choice, whether to continue pursuing this path. And then we got these two that jumped out. We have the King of Cups and the Six of Swords. You're a very loving person. The problems you're trying to solve, you're doing it because you care. You're doing it because the person you're trying to help, or the people you're trying to help, the things you're trying to fix, it's really something that your heart is focused on, that you care so dang much about. We have two kings here. We have this King of Swords that makes me think you're thinking a lot about this problem, and then the King of Hearts telling me that this problem is something you're passionate about, something you're emotional about, something that is connected to your source of love. But then we have this Six of Swords, which tells me you're attempting to solve this problem, especially if you're trying to do it alone. I don't think it's going to be the best move for you because I feel like the way you're thinking about this problem it's very narrow. It's a very one-sided kind of idea about solving this problem, and while it may work for some, you may be getting frustrated because you can't figure out why everyone isn't doing it. You can't figure out why it's not working for everyone. So there's something going on in your mindset that you're just not that you're not changing yet. That needs to be changed if you want this problem solving, if you want to fix this issue well. You have to change some of the way you're thinking about it, the way you're trying to rationalize it, the way you're trying to work through this problem. That has to change. And if that doesn't change, it doesn't matter how many emotional upsets you find, it doesn't matter how much you care or how much you want to help. If you can't change your approach to it, then I don't think you're going to be able to help as much as you'd like. Okay, so just be careful of that and be aware of that. That is your message for this 2 to 3 week period. I say 2 to 3 week period because after this I am going on vacation and I won't be back until August 8th. And then that next week we'll start videos again for the next 2 week period, and then we'll be doing 2 week periods regularly. That's it. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. Let me know in the comments what you thought, how your next couple of weeks go. What problem are you guys out there trying to solve? What's going on? Who are you trying to help? And how is that working out for you? Are they appreciating it, or are they taking advantage of it? How are things going? All right. So let me know in the comments. Thank you so very much for being here. I will see you next time. Remember always that I love you. Bye.